Wabi Sabi and Minimalism may embrace similar ideas such as simplicity and space to breathe. But there's a subtle difference that we often feel, even if we can't quite explain it. In this video, we'll go beyond the surface. What do these two aesthetics truly mean? Where do they come from? And why do they feel so different, even when they seem to say the same thing? Let's begin with the origins of minimalism. When you hear the word minimalism, what comes to mind first? Is it clean interior design or the minimalist art movement? Minimalism, as we know it today, has roots in the West. It emerged after World War II, during a time when artists and designers began stripping things down to their most essential forms. It was a reaction to the chaos, excess, and fast-paced consumer culture that defined post-war society. In art, figures like Donald Judd and Dan Flavin embraced geometric shapes, repetition, and restraint. They used basic forms, industrial materials, and removed all excess. The focus wasn't on the artist's emotions, but on the object itself. What you see is what you get. In design, architects like Ludwig Mies van der Rohe popularized the phrase "less is more," encouraging people to remove the unnecessary and highlight only what's essential. The Bauhaus school in Germany, although earlier, had already laid the foundation for minimalist design, championing functional beauty, clean lines, and the harmony between art, craft, and technology. Minimalism is about clarity. It's a pursuit of balance, order, and purpose. Every object must justify its presence. Every line must have a reason. These ideas spread into architecture, product design, and eventually everyday life. From Le Corbusier's modernist buildings to the iPhone in your pocket, the minimalist ideal became a language of simplicity that still shapes how we live today. Now let's turn to Wabi Sabi. Unlike minimalism, which developed in the context of modern art and design, Wabi Sabi comes from centuries of Japanese philosophy shaped by nature, impermanence, and Zen Buddhism. Its roots trace back to ancient Japan, quietly shaped by the influence of Zen. In Zen thought, beauty is not found in perfection. It is found in simplicity, stillness, and the passage of time. Everything is seen as impermanent, incomplete, and imperfect, and that is where its value lies. Wabi Sabi is not just an aesthetic, it is a way of seeing the world. It invites us to appreciate what is often overlooked, things that are irregular, weathered, or handmade. It finds meaning in small details, like a crack in a teacup, the grain of old wood, or the silence between moments. We explore Wabi Sabi more deeply in a previous video. Feel free to check the description box if you'd like to learn more. While minimalism seeks precision and order, Wabi Sabi allows for asymmetry and irregularity. It does not ask us to perfect our surroundings. It asks us to notice the quiet beauty that is already there. Now let's look at how these two aesthetics appear in the world of design. Minimalism favors clean lines, smooth surfaces, and open space. Imagine a room with white walls, a single chair, and no clutter. Every object has a purpose. Nothing is added without reason. The color palette is usually monochromatic, built around whites, grays, and soft neutrals. These tones create a sense of purity and spaciousness. The overall feeling is calm, focused, and controlled. Wabi Sabi, by contrast, embraces what is handmade, weathered, and natural. A space might include a clay bowl with an uneven rim, a wooden shelf worn by time, or a wall gently faded by years of light and use. It doesn't feel arranged, but it feels deeply present. Materials are left in their natural state. You might see textured wood, unglazed clay, or stone with visible irregularities. Rusted metal is not hidden or removed. It becomes part of the object's character. Its colors come from the earth. Muted greens, warm browns, and soft grays reflect the natural world and help the space feel grounded. Where minimalism values clarity, Wabi Sabi values presence. A scratch, a crack, a mark left by time is not seen as a flaw. It is a trace of a story. Minimalism removes the unnecessary. Wabi Sabi honors what remains. Just as their design values differ, minimalism and Wabi Sabi express very different ideas through art. Minimalist art reduces the visual field to its most essential elements. What remains is pure form. A square of solid color, a row of steel boxes, a glowing fluorescent tube. These works do not ask for interpretation, they ask for attention. The artist steps back, removing emotion, narrative, and even identity. What is left is a visual experience that feels precise, neutral, and complete. Wabi Sabi art takes a different approach. It welcomes irregularity, incompleteness, and the passage of time. The artist is present in the work through marks, gestures, and surfaces that resist perfection. A brushstroke that fades, a line that wavers, a form that tilts ever so slightly. These are not corrected, they are embraced. In traditional calligraphy, pottery, and ink painting, the result is shaped not only by skill, but also by time, nature, and chance. Even the materials carry meaning. Minimalist works often use industrial materials such as metal, plastic, or glass. These surfaces tend to remain consistent and unchanged over time. Wabi Sabi uses materials like clay, wood, and paper. These surfaces are more responsive to age, touch, and environment, allowing time to leave a visible mark. Minimalism invites us to look with clarity and distance. Wabi Sabi invites us to look with sensitivity and closeness. Both are quiet in their own way. One refines until nothing more can be removed. The other accepts what time and imperfection leave behind. Minimalism and Wabi Sabi aren't just design choices or artistic styles. They shape how we live, how we think, and how we relate to the world around us. Minimalism is often about living with less. It encourages simplicity, intentionality, and focus. A minimalist lifestyle might include decluttering your home, creating a capsule wardrobe, or building a morning routine that avoids distractions. It's about removing what isn't essential so you can focus on what truly matters. By letting go of the unnecessary, many minimalists begin to appreciate life's simple pleasures more deeply. They shift their focus from owning things to valuing experiences, relationships, and personal growth. This often brings a greater sense of balance and contentment. Wabi Sabi offers a different approach. Instead of simplifying by removing, it invites you to slow down and notice. It's about accepting what is imperfect, worn, and ordinary. A chipped mug you still use. An old sweater that carries memory. A quiet moment spent watching the light change on a wall. Wabi Sabi isn't about control. It's about presence. It asks us to embrace the passage of time and accept change, imperfection, and transience. It encourages a more humble, grounded, and authentic way of life. One values clarity and discipline. The other values softness and acceptance. Both offer a more mindful way of living, and in their own way, both invite us to be present, to live with intention and with grace. Minimalism and Wabi Sabi may take different paths, but both encourage us to slow down and notice what really matters. Whether you find meaning in clarity or in imperfection, each invites us to live more simply, more intentionally, and more deeply. And maybe, depending on the moment, we need a little of both. Thank you for watching. If this video gave you something to think about, feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear how these ideas resonate with your own life. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.